Hello everyone on the internet watching this right now. Yes, that means you. You. Yes, you there. Yes, you. Don't stop watching, keep watching. A little different video today. Yes, of course, it's Lego as usual. It seems to have been something I've defaulted into, but this is more of a work in progress. If you've watched my previous videos, you may recognise some of the parts. These are various different things I've basically dismantled and cobbled together as a work in progress. This is nowhere near finished, unless of course I just want to leave it as a ruin, many of which you could see around the country that I happen to live in, which is England. Now, it's a work in progress because, for one thing, the Lego kits that you get for the Lego Castle sets really don't go into enough detail for my liking, to be brutally honest. In many regards, they just give you enough only to do the bare minimum, which is what their sets are for. That's it. There's not much really in the way of enhancement. I can't actually recall which sets I borrowed the pieces from, but I do know that one of them is the Lego Movie Castle crossover, where you've got the transforming turrets from a massive gatehouse into some sort of medieval land-based vehicle, which never really existed. The Dragon's Wizard Keep thing, which you'll probably notice is mostly over this side. And at least one other piece that I forget all about. Yes, I can't... I'll be brutally frank, I'm not really that happy with it overall, because it does not look anything, like what I imagined it would do, and some of the parts are still quite loose, so things like that happen. But as far as a starter is concerned, okay, you can see there's obviously little gaps every now and there, things that could be improved on, but as far as a starting project is concerned, I'm quite happy with what I've learned so far. I've looked around for other people's ideas and so on, and you can see that I've sort of emulated making fake bricks here and added sections like that to sort of make it look rougher and so on, and I'm quite happy with those results. I can't replicate that same process everywhere because I simply don't have enough of these little not quite lantern things, but they do come in quite handy, and some things I'm more happy with than others. One thing I'm really underwhelmed by is the lack of detail on these sections here. You've got some sections like these two bits that have a fair amount of minor detail to pass as rocks and so on, but sections like this and these are just too plain. I suppose that's one reason why they come up with stickers. We'll just switch to the inside here, and you can see the various battlement designs and so on that I've came up with. Top story really isn't anywhere near finished, and the only reason I've done things like this is simply because I don't have enough longer pieces to actually make a full proper floor. That'll be resolved once I actually order some parts in, of course. I'll just turn it like this and move it up a bit. And you see I've made use of some of the archways here. The plan is obviously to extend this a bit further. You can see more archways here, and I think I've done the same, yes, the same over here. Large arches here, here and here, the smaller arch there. And the plan is obviously to have sections coming down here as well, have a bit of a false wall, and so on and so forth. You can see the indentations from the moulding. And I'm quite happy with the end results on the inside as far as some of the sections are concerned. It does seem to add a bit. Now, one thing I've also noticed, I have looked at some designs that people have came up with, although this is a completely original, random design that I've came up with myself. A lot of them have sections that are built together. So you'll see that I've deliberately put sections here that can be linked in with other things and so on and so forth. Again, I don't have enough pieces to build anything else right now, but when I do, I'll obviously change things around so that this becomes holes and this could then be used like so on another piece. And oh dear, that wasn't supposed to happen. Where did that come off from? How did that come off? Well, I'll just put that safety to one side for now. I'll have to figure that one out later. I can't for the life of me figure out what happened there. I'll probably have to review the video again to figure out where I got it from. But as you can see, that's the intention. Have that on another section of wall, have that hook in there, and then that'll provide more stability because it is rather unwieldy. You'll see that it's actually tantamount to falling apart. And it's simply because there's not enough strength in the arch overall. You'll probably be able to see the problems that I have with the arch. I'll just let that hover there for a little while. Slowly move it around, and so on. The gates, on the other hand, do open outwards, as they should do as far as a castle is concerned, because a castle is a defensive structure, and therefore the gates should not open inwards, although they do a little bit. That's simply because of the amount of leeway they have. There's also open outwards because that lends more strength to counter any attacker trying to force their way in. So there you go, that's my first attempt at a self-build in quite a few years. And I'll admit that it looks like crap, but it has been a learning experience all the same. Now I do have some things that I've built that are made of grey and black Lego that I don't want to demolish. Okay, for the time being I want to keep them as they are. But I do have some things that I don't mind demolishing. This is another piece of the Lego castle set which I've left as is for the time being because I simply have no other use for it right now in relation to this. It's a bit pointless demolishing it to use for parts when I've got nothing else as yet to do. I've also got some spare parts left over from the previous demolitions I've made here. I'll just give you a rough idea of what can be done. Okay, I'm not saying that this is what should be done, but it does give you some idea. See? I'm just doing it like that to give it a rough feel. Okay, lots of castles do have quite nice smooth lines and so on and so forth, and some do have some roughness to them where they've either been destroyed or damaged or partially demolished or left to rot. And others have quite nice smooth surfaces where thousands of years of weathering in some cases, and other cases just hundreds of years, have managed to erode the stones a bit, but otherwise, you know, they still look quite nice. I'm just going to put this over here. I've got two of these little loot crates, shall we call them? Yeah, we'll call them loot crates. Not related to any popular unboxing program that you might have noticed on the internet. But there is one thing I am quite willing to demolish in order to make parts for this, and that's this fella here. If you've seen my Easter Bunny review, my god, I didn't realise I gave him such angry eyes. Maybe they've changed at some point because he knows what I'm going to do to him. Him and his bunny carrot cannon gun thing here, yeah. Yes, I'm quite happy to demolish him because he is absolutely fucking useless. But again, for the time being you gotta buy because I don't have anything to use your parts with just yet. When I do have a use for your parts, I will make use of your parts, but for now, you get to live. Till next time. So of course, that's the work in progress. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. Of course, I'm open to ideas, so comment below to give me any other suggestions you might have, any tips you might have. Hit the like button if you've liked it. Hit subscribe if you want to see more. And as I say, I am open to ideas, so please do let me know what you think. I am quite interested in hearing other people's thoughts. And of course, if you do subscribe, you'll be able to see me demolish this bunny and make him part of the castle.